Lumi shines with a spark so bright, chasing dreams through the endless night. With a heart full of wonder and a mind so free, she's here to share her world. Come and see. It's Lumi's time. The story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channel's here, let the magic flow. From the stars to the sea, there's so much to find. A journey awaits with every step of the mind. Creativity flowing, she's ready to explore. Every moment's a chance to open a door. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channel's here, let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear. Story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channel's here, let the magic flow. Let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear.
Okay, let's see. Good morning, everybody. Afternoon, everywhere. This is the North American Snow Queen spouse, Lumi, Unfinished, and of course, we are here together, like always. Where else would I be? Good question. So we signed up for Incogni today, so that Michelle will explain. My name was on a lot of spam sites, and Incogni is in the process of removing all my name from all those spam sites, which would have taken me almost 60 hours to manually do. It's also, I'm also having my name removed from all the fake obituary sites as well. And, yeah, I know we're going to get the panel up. I know some people did want to come on, but we were in the intro, so I didn't get a chance to get you on, but let's get you on now. And let's see who's gonna be the first. Who's going to be the first on the chat today? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so So Michelle had a bad day yesterday. Okay, it wasn't that bad, I guess. Just a little bit upset about some things that happened. Yeah, let's try to avoid that from happening again. Oh, yeah! That would be nice, yeah. How you doing, Gaming Fairy? Yeah, because first of all, we have heard that Noodles temporarily lost his channel because of his shenanigans that he was able to peel and get back. But isn't it funny that me and Michelle still have our original channels? We never lost them. I almost did once. Yeah, I know. But you two probably would have had a hard time keeping your channel down because your channel doesn't normally violate the terms of service. Neither does mine. All right. See Noodles there now. Let's get him on here. Okay, so admit one. Go ahead, Noodles.
All right, Lumi, your channel sucks. All right. Nobody likes you.
Oh, I have 309 people that like me very much. Thank you very much. My channel is doing pretty well for what it is. A small little podunk channel which is not even monetized, located in the very bottom of the bowels of YouTube, which is okay.
Lumi, your channel is so teeny weeny compared to mine, Michelle. I mean, Lumi. What a teeny weeny little tiny channel you have. Congratulations, Lumi.
Yeah, but you know what? One thing about my little channel has an advantage. Is the fact that it's because below the radar, we can get away with a little more than you can. I.e., like I can play music because I'm not monetized. They can't demonetize me because I'm not monetized. They're not going to demonetize me for using repetitive or reused content.
Right. Like you can't.
Which means
get blood out of a stone.
It's mostly
you can't get blood out of a stone.
Right. It also means that applies to all YouTubers is the reused content, which means let's actually want to bring that up. Michelle, you want to explain that? But you understand it. The new policy on July 15th is for more clearly specifies what they mean by reused content, repetitive content. Which means...
Oh, Michelle, is that you?
No, is that you? Noodles, let's be honest. Is it any of us? Because the fact is you and I both use, a static background most of the time, and we tend to sit at our particular locations a lot all the time, and we have people commentary all the time, but obviously the dialogue is different. So I don't think our channels...
So Lumi, I talked to someone who watched Michelle's, and they said that she's unwatchable. You want to know why?
No, I don't really think we need to know why. Because Michelle gets emotionally upset. We know that.
All right, but maybe this will help Michelle out if I tell you why this woman avoids Michelle's channel like the plague.
Yeah, okay. You want to tell me, it's fine, but don't expect a very positive reception.
Okay. So basically, this person said they have autism, all right? And they can't sit there and watch you do your tics, and then all of a sudden they say they're doing their tics. You set off tics in autistic people, according to this woman that I spoke to, that refuses to watch your channel.
Well, it's just something we have, and you know it. Michelle has them, and I have them because I obviously share this body with Michelle. Carmen, in part, also sharing the body, also shares the similar tics. Maybe not to the same level, but we do have them. That's just the way we are.
Mm-hmm. So, Lumi, what do you think about Michelle being so disrespectful to Gigi, the woman who's been very, very kind to Michelle for many, many years?
I think that the first thing you have to understand is why Michelle was upset in general. She's been trying to put a lot of work into what she's been doing and trying to create a platform that is unique on YouTube. And we're all proud of Gigi for her efforts of getting her job that she has now. And we're all happy for her. But she still wants Michelle to do some things that Michelle doesn't feel confident to do. At the same time, Michelle's frustrated because she explained it to me, and I've seen it since Michelle was a little girl. The fact of the matter is that she's always been told no No, you can't do what you want to do. No, you can't. You know, from the minute, for example, from living at home with her parents' house.
Do you think Gigi might have reminded Michelle a little bit of her mom?
Well,
Like
Michelle's mother is a Scorpio, so yes, that could be a very likely way.
Gigi, I fucking knew it. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
There you go. That's your problem. It's not necessarily Gigi. It's the fact is that the way she came across, it basically puts all Michelle's defenses up because her mother used to talk down to her all the time, and which made it hard for Michelle.
You think Michelle just had enough? Like enough was enough. Just wanted Gigi to get off her back.
What's that?
That doesn't matter. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. That Michelle sees Gigi as a mother figure, is kind of little pushbacky when it comes to the brutal, vicious attacks that supposedly took place.
Well, both Michelle's mother and Gigi mean well, but the problem was sometimes the way they present the information just basically makes Michelle just recoil. I mean, it's not.
All right, so Michelle, I mean, Lumi, let me ask you a question. All right.
What do you want to ask me?
Looking back on the way your parents raised you, do you think that they were punishing you to like kind of make your life worse or trying to help you out? Do you think they were trying to be nice to you, teach you things? They didn't want to see you fail?
I think the problem was for my family in general is having a child with multiple disabilities. They didn't really know what to expect. My mother grew up in Norway. She was born in Norway, okay? And she was taught that the state, i.e. Norway, or in this case, the United States and Connecticut, will provide for the handicapped. And so she, in one sense, wanted to protect me from harm, but at the same time, she also didn't want me to reach out and grab the brass ring because she was afraid I would fall or get hurt, metaphorically, and of course now as I get older, literally. I think that both women were trying to do good. My mother also had to deal with a father before he became a recovered alcoholic. That on top of the fact my sister had kidney problems and an older brother that was very active in playing, baseball and softball and things like that in school. And of course, that was plus living in poverty. We didn't have a lot of money because my father's floor-laying business had collapsed. And by 1975, my father's business was bankrupt. And so then we had to move from East Hartland to River Run Apartments in New Hartford, which used to be apartments, now they're condos. And that really added more problems to the layers of dealing with a multiply disabled child. And I don't think my mother quite knew how to approach that. I mean, deep down when I was a kid, me and my mother were really close, but after all those events that happened, my mother and I just drifted away. Because she was dealing with her own personal issues in her life that she couldn't even figure out how to answer those questions. And I don't think that's unreasonable to say my mother tried to do the best she can. Remember, there's no manuals for dealing readily accessible back then for dealing with disabled children. There just wasn't, and there was a lot of ideas.
Did Michelle profess her want to be a woman when she was younger to her mother?
Oh, Michelle told her mother many, many, many times when she was very young. I think publicly she made a statement at 12 years old. And that was, for her mother, that was like a major slap in the face with a big salmon. She wasn't ready for that.
What was the statement?
A salmon. A big fish. A big fish.
No, what was the statement that Michelle made?
Well, Michelle wasn't sure what she was as a child, but she said, "Mom, I don't feel like a boy, period." That's what she said. She said, I want to get fixed. I want to be made better. I want to be normal. And when we found out, of course, as we got older as adults, we realized that she is normal in her own way. She is normal. And that the so-called trans movement wasn't really a thing in the 80s as much. That really came into fruition in the 2010s. But her mother was like, "Oh no, we're not going there. We're not going to go chop you up. We're not going to go do all the horrible stuff to you because it's not really going to make you you. You're going to still be fake no matter what." Which is true when you think about it. But for, a kid at 12 years old, that's like, oh, Ma, I really wanted to do this. But then Michelle realized, it wasn't going to work. So I think it was a good thing I didn't do it. And then we found out that later on Michelle was hermaphrodite intersex. So really, she is a woman anyway. So, hey, guess what? I just saved $40,000. Correct. All right. That's just an important part of the reality. Yeah. But I think that, like I said, Michelle said Gidgey and her mother were very similar. In fact, Gidgey and her mother probably sat down, drinking coffee. They probably see that their backstories are similar. Gidgey's mother had it pretty good in Kristiansand, Norway. Gidgey had it pretty good where she lived in Texas. And both had very supportive families.
Michelle, I'm gonna be honest with you, Michelle. It's just like hit me like a ton of bricks. But you're one of the most lucky people I know, Michelle. I'm gonna tell you something. All right.
Well, thank you.
Your mother and father.
Michelle's looking for a lot of reasons. Let's look at the facts. Number one, she's got a support community.
Michelle, wait. Michelle,
go ahead.
You're a disabled person that came from a family. All right, and your poor father, had to witness you struggle with this, right? It became such a struggle that you've left home. You were homeless. You got on the dole, right?
Yeah.
And you had these people, Michelle, that were so fucking close, fucking to hurting you. And these people like Gidgey, Tiger, everyone else who participates over here, took it upon themselves to help you, Michelle.
Right, we know that. Michelle knows that too.
You're making money, Michelle. You don't realize how lucky you are.
We are making money. But the money's not the main thing that is what I really would like to have. I'd like to have some one-on-one social involvement. When I mean by one-on-one, is where once in a while some friends could come visit, drink a beverage.
You're lucky that anyone ever talks to you. You're so lucky, Michelle. There's people out there like you that the world ignores.
No,
Michelle.
I know.
You are so fucking lucky. You have no
and we
idea.
all know that Brad wants to come up here when he gets a working vehicle. I know Sherry Jackson's coming up here in October. We know Gidgey was going to come up here in September, which I suspect she still will be. But I do think
you got to do whatever it takes to hold on to these people, Michelle. I'm just saying that as like someone who just watches. I'm not even saying that as your friend. Like, of course, your friend would tell you to make things right? But I'm telling you, someone watches, Michelle. You got to do your part. You got to fix this.
Well, I did apologize to Gidgey just now, and I apologized to Gidgey last night when I was live on the night show, and so I did make clear of what happened and why I got upset. Because one of the things is that I also like to do things with my hands. I like to create ideas, even if sometimes they don't work. But I like feeling like I can empowered. Because of my disability, my mother felt that I would be, some of the stuff that I want to do was just downright not likely to be possible, which is true, is in hindsight. But, hey, I still enjoy some of my independence, but I also would like to have some social involvement too. Which makes sense, And Michelle's the kind of person that if someone just keeps saying no, whatever reason, she's going to ask why. You know, she's like the kind of person that says, I'd like to know why we can't even try. Or why can't we work out a compromise? Whatever it may be. She is a Virgo, but she's also a little bit of Aquarian. She is a little bit rebellious, but she's really not unworkable with people. You just need to know how to work with Michelle's intricacies. You know, like the Virgo she is, she's going to ask you questions. She's going to ask you why. Why can't we do this? Given, you know, that she will research a topic until her eyes fall out. And you know she does. And then given what she sees with the data, either on her own or sitting down with me, we'll go through what we've read or learned and say, is this going to work at all? Is this going to work as the standard operating procedure normally? Like, for example, how do you get a house? And like, she has shaken her head many times and said, I have no idea if we could even begin the process of getting a house, for example, because there's the paperwork, the closing costs, the mortgage, for example. Michelle's not comfortable dealing with bazillion tons of paperwork because of her eyesight primarily. Because
Michelle, you realize that if you were to do this in public, you would just look like a rambling lunatic. And you realize how lucky you are that just these people come by every day just to even say hello.
Yeah.
Michelle, do not run off this person.
I'm not trying to run off anybody, no more than Michelle was trying to run off Vegas Barbie last night on her Discord. She was just having a really bad day. And I would personally like to recommend, please, if you guys are new to Michelle's channel or my channel, stick around a little bit. Get to look at some of the stuff we've done in the past. It's not just a kiss and cry show. Trust me, we do a lot more than just kiss and cry over here. Or is it cry and kiss? Whatever. You know what I mean. Or piss and moan. The fact of the matter is we do a lot more stuff than that. First of all, Rambo said my mom threw me in a fucking reform school. It's past tense. I grew up and made my way in life. Nobody gave me crap. Just a chance. That's true. By the way, we also signed up for a site called Incogni. Speaking of throwing things away, there was almost 300 data brokers with my email addresses and sending me catalogs and mailing lists and everything. So we went ahead and subscribed to Incogni, and now they are getting rid of all the crap, including all the fake obituaries which somebody kept putting up in my name. Because, I mean, me and Tiger Kitty tried to get the one removed from Remember Me, but they wouldn't remove it. It's still there. So I sent Incogni after them instead. Said, you remove them. So, and then we found another one, and we did the same thing. We said, you remove me. This is ridiculous. I'm not dead. Michelle is alive. Incognito, or Incogni, INCOGNI.com, is a site that removes your name off spam lists, mailing lists, the dark web, bullshit websites like RememberMe.com. So, by the way, how are they doing on removal levels right now? I'll check real quick here. No, I need to show it on the screen shot. Alright, well, let's see. Incogni right now is in review to remove me off the 2 obituary sites. And on my dashboard right now, it has found my name on 249 mailing lists. And it saved me, by using the website, 56 hours and 15 minutes. From having to scan through and delete everybody manually. Um, so that's a big step in the right direction to get rid of spam because I was just getting inundated because people put me on mailing lists for different states, different countries, different magazines, different websites, different, and our data is our presence on the internet as social influencers, and we are social influencers. You should do the same thing. It's not cheap though. No, it's not. But get your name cleared up. If you find any garbage in your name, it will clear it up for you. It's called incogni.com. INCOGNI.com. There is also Delete Me, but Delete Me is more like a site where you buy credits, and then based on what you use the credits for, there are certain services like dark webs cost more for filtering. I might use Delete Me also for a couple of sites just to make sure I'm off the dark web because I don't want to be on the dark web. Yeah.
You think you're on the dark web?
I'm sure I might be. There's just remember all the bad years. There was people that were doing all kinds of evil. And I'm sure my name, address, phone number, and other junk has gotten out on the dark web. They also look for your name, address, and stuff like that. I'm probably not on the dark web yet, but I don't get very much spam. That's because you don't usually send out a lot of emails to them. Oh, that's true. Noodles, you might want to use something like Incogni as well because you are, like you said, popular. You're number one, and that puts you right on the top of their, most popular spam site to spam.
Michelle, Lumi, what am I? What am I?
What are you? You're a Capricorn social media.
No, number one, Michelle.
And that means that you definitely better get Incogni because number one is more likely to get a lot of spam.
That's all right, Michelle.
Yeah. So anyway, as far as Gitchy goes, Gitchy, Michelle, sorry that you got upset. It's just that, like I said, you unintentionally set Michelle off. And
all right, well, Lumi, we get it. We don't have to talk about Gitchy. Apologize, but I just thought it had something to do with your mom, and I was right. But Lumi, I got a question for you. What do you think about Michelle getting another cat?
I think it would be good because we already know that Rusty would benefit by having maybe an older cat, maybe not a really young cat, maybe a nice female cat, fixed female, that maybe he could kind of cozy up with because it would be good for him. I mean, he does good with other cats. He does good with the cats that are around here. He hangs out with the cat downstairs we call Kitty. He gets along with him. I think for Michelle, I think it would be also emotionally satisfying to see Rusty feel more that he's with his own species. There's a really, that's why reason why Michelle really felt bad when somebody suggested that she should have Rusty only be an indoor cat. Because if Rusty was only an indoor cat, he'd be very lonely. And we noticed that. And we do think a second cat would help. To help Rusty have someone to
Lumi,
hang out.
I got two dogs, right? And they hate each other.
No, they don't actually. I've seen your dogs. They do what dogs do. They don't hate each other. They congregate. They play with each other. They eat each other's poop. I guess that sounds kind of strange, but that's a dog thing. I have a non-cussing candy phone. Well, I don't know what that means. Maybe he has a simple basic feature phone that just must have a YouTube app on it. Ah, okay. Um, I mean, how would your one dog Phil feel us all alone all the time? I mean, you're out there on the road every day. I mean, but then again, you got roommates at home too, so if you like Wishbone would probably not be too bad. But imagine if there was nobody home at all, and
Yeah, I
Wishbone
know.
was all by
Right, no,
himself.
you're right. Listen, Michelle or Lumi, you guys aren't wrong for being compassionate toward the cat, not wanting to leave the cat. But Michelle, you have to live your life too.
I
You
know.
know,
Well, it's just like we want to make sure that Rusty is provided for. You know, as a pet parent, we have to make sure that their needs are provided for. It's not just give them food, water. It's also, especially with Rusty, in his older years, has gotten used to having lots of time with me around, and he would be really, really maybe questioning if he was gone for like 12 hours, going like maybe more than 12 hours. Rusty might be a little bit better than some, but I don't want to see him get sick. Would worry if he didn't see me for like 18 hours. That's why when we went down to Justin's, I asked Krista to watch Rusty, at least come over for a few hours a day and make sure he had food and water, but also to give him a little playtime, or at least, pet him and talk to him. I don't want to leave him out.
Lumi, what do you think about Justin and Krista maybe possibly dating?
I think that's fine. If they two can work it out, that's between them. I don't see a problem with them dating. But Krista didn't get a divorce yet, so I don't know how Justin's gonna feel about marrying a divorce or going out with a divorcee, given that his biblical history sees divorce as allowing a woman to commit adultery.
And not only that, Michelle, she's got kids. She got multiple kids. Not
She's
just that
got
one.
she's got one kid that lives with her and Ray. That's going to be an issue that has to be dealt with the divorce court. The other two kids are her mother is the guardian of those children, and
Now, Lumi,
the
who do
state
you think would win in a
acknowledges that.
fight? Who do you think would win in a fight? Ray or Justin?
Oh, if Ray is physically bigger and stronger, Justin is smaller, but Justin is quite capable of defending himself with what he has, the skills he knows, just as Ray is able. So I would say it'd be a draw.
Ray's a real hero, though. He's a fireman, right? Plus, he's got that.
Yeah, Ray is a volunteer fireman, yeah.
He's not afraid to run into a burning building.
Right now,
Justin,
Rambo, it's not too bad here at this point. It's tolerable. So Michelle got her Velcro cable ties today. Yes. So now we're gonna start cleaning up the wiring in the bedroom computer first. And we were playing around a little bit with it before we came here, before we set up Incogni, which allows us to keep the cables neat, because we don't like those wires just dripping all over the place. It's really, Michelle really gets really upset when she sees all those cords just hanging all over the place, dripping around like a mad scientist laboratory with the equivalent of wires and the equivalent of test tubes and beakers and hoses and just dripping over everything. She's like, I've had enough of this crap. I mean, I want these things to be nice and neat.
Hey, Lumi, what do you think would happen to Michelle if she just stayed a boy?
I don't think it would have worked out, because Michelle deep down is still female in spirit, female in personality, and now female in body ever somewhere. I don't think it would have worked. It just wouldn't have. She was not meant to be only that. She is got the experience of both genders under her belt now. She has just like me. I mean, I've been boys in prior lives. I've been girls in prior lives. I am mainly more of a masculine spirit than Michelle. But, you know, when I was in a male form, I did okay. But when I was in a female form, I kept screwing up. So Michelle, in my body here, is kind of a compromise because we're learning more about each other and each other's gender spirit than we were before. We got a body that supports both. Yeah.
All right, but would you rather be a man or a woman?
What's that?
Would you rather be a man or a
Me?
woman?
No. I would rather just be as I am. That's just female in presence and more of a masculine spirit. It doesn't bother me. Because as I said, I have had many incarnations, both male and female. Michelle has done the same thing in prior lives, has been both man and a woman. She's much more successful as a female. Unfortunately, in this body, we'll never be able to have a child, but we know that, so but that's okay. We don't think we're ready for kids right now. And a lot of other people in the world are feeling the same way. Yeah. So, the noodles ask her why Carmen is allowed to be the third wheel. Well, I'll answer that first, and then Lumi can answer that. Carmen really was intended to be more like a spiritual advocate, more as a work person, like a social worker that came in to help us.
Right, but she took a liking to
really
Michelle.
liked what we were and how we worked as a team, and she kind of like moved in onto the couch, which we didn't mind because again we were, open to that. But she understands that she still has to go out in the spiritual realm and work with other people too, and she does have her own home she can go to, but for some reason she likes to sleep on her couch more than I think she's lonely over there. You think so? Yeah.
Do you think it's a possibility that she has a crush on one of you?
Yeah, we already know she has a crush on Michelle. I already know that. That's obvious. It's not even a question. Yeah, she's got a crush on me, but I told her nicely. So remember, I'm married to Lumi, and so hands off. And so did Lumi. So she knows there is a set of ground rules that we have. However, in the next life, though, we are going to be doing something very, very interesting. All three of us are going to start out as newborn babies. All three of us are going to start out as school friends. And then all three of us are going to marry each other. And all three of us will be physically separate bodies.
This is the most insane thing I've ever heard you say in your life. I've been watching you for a while, Michelle. I didn't realize how fucked you were. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you know what? I think Michelle's actually pretty good, though. I mean, she does achieve a lot of everyday stuff, too. So it's not like she's lost, her normal congruity. She still does with everyday issues in life, just like you do. But unfortunately, okay, Brain Dead wants to come up now. Hold on a minute, please. I gotta get him on here. Admit one. Go ahead, Brain Dead. How you doing? Hey.
What's going on?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Sitting around, listening to spirit lore.
Okay.
Isn't this crazy, dude? Like I was like, holy shit! Like I'm freaking out. I have this vision, this transfiguration, Michelle. It just happened right in front of me. It was you.
Transfiguration.
Your hair was yeah, your hair was like kind of like in like a white afro, and you were holding a butcher knife, and you looked scared, like someone had caught you doing something.
Well, here's reason why I'm also, by the way, you asked me why I'm so particularly upset with the idea of racism is because in one of my lives I was black. Yeah, she
Were
was.
Michelle?
Mhm.
Were you a slave, or were you just like a poor black?
Yeah, I was poor. Yeah, I've been poor most of my life. Well, actually, you grew up in a fairly affluent household with your parents, but just some reason
Typical,
you're.
typical, typical. Not even interesting. There's a lot of poor black people. No one cares about. So, go ahead.
Yeah, I was a poor white person in some ways. But the point what carried over is residual karma is even affects me even as of now. Even though that my parents were kind of low middle income is what the fact is that, I'm always thinking in the poor mode. I just always have been. That's why I'm so resourceful to make things work. As cheap as she can. She could have bought a brand new TV and says she buys these little $20 adapter, plug it into her computer monitor, so she uses a computer monitor as a TV set. That's what I call resourcefulness.
Yeah, Michelle, you spent 2.5 hours fixing that wire on your headphones instead of buying some.
Yeah, well, I had the other headphones that Stan CT bought me, but I knew sooner or later that wire was going to probably develop the same problem in about a year or 2 years because of age. Yeah, those headphones gonna eventually have the same problem.
Well, you got headphones that are gonna last another 2 years. You said.
I think they can last another 2 years. I mean, the mechanical, electrical parts are working. It's just the cord wears out because the cord gets pulled a lot, and this is PVC, and PVC with skin oil start to become brittle. Yeah, this becomes brittle, and then the cord starts to go back. Oh, by the way, you don't see my other dress I got from Sherry?
Hey, Noodles, what was that? What was that thing you were saying about your dog having?
Oh, ringworm.
You think Michelle has ringworm? Remember we were talking about the mold?
It's possible. It's absolutely possible. And Michelle looks like she's fungus. So.
Yeah, Michelle, have you been checked for ringworm lately?
I was checked by my doctor. It's just a type of form of similar to athlete's foot. So the treatment is the same, and that's why she was suggesting, well, we can use prescription cream or you can use the over-the-counter Lotrimin AF. I'm like, yeah, but I used to buy that stuff. That stuff was insanely expensive for a small tube. And then I had a case manager that had the same problem I did, and she said use cornstarch baby powder, which does help with the moisture, which helps to cut back on fungus. Then the white vinegar and the bathroom soap also help to kill the bacteria. So,
you ever think about possibly, doing a foot stream, Michelle, where you show up your feet? Maybe we could paint your toenails, stuff like that.
My toenails are awful. My fingernails are way better, but
That's why you got to paint them, Michelle.
Paint them. What color do you want to paint them, Michelle?
But my fingernails.
No,
I used to paint them like red. I painted them black. I painted them white in the past.
You want white toenails? We could paint them white.
No, white fingernails. No,
I'm saying we do your toenails.
Nah, not gonna do anything with my toenails.
Blue for the
My
snow
toenails
queen?
are hideous. My toenails are ugly. You don't want to see my toenails. I showed my foot one time on camera, and I got a lot of ews.
Michelle, they do the same thing to me. Michelle, and they still suck my dick. Come on.
What? Oh, who does?
The ladies.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Well,
I've heard most women are actually into ugly feet. I don't know why it's a thing, but apparently it's a thing.
I don't know why. It would be. We really like to try to keep our feet nice when we can.
Yeah, women are weird, Michelle. Who knows?
But does Michelle have like very thick calluses under those fucking feet?
Have you measured them?
I have
Like an
somewhat.
elephant?
Michelle's feet aren't super thick calluses, but they ain't tender
Wow.
feet. I mean, after all, she does a lot of walking on these feet.
They're
These
constantly
feet
tender.
are for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One
Kinda like
day
hooves,
these feet
you know?
are gonna walk all over you.
Lumi, do you think Michelle is like seeking revenge on all her enemies? Because yesterday when she was talking about her sister,
My
she kind
sister was a
of laughed.
Capricorn like you are, Noodles. Look, I'm worried about you as a person. I don't think you realize that my sister was doing the same thing you are without the social media. She was overachieving. She was trying so hard to do a million things at once, but she was eating out like, and stressed out, raising 9 kids. 9, yes. 3 from her husband's, or 4 from her husband's prior marriage, and then they had 5 more kids. I think it was 5 kids. 3 from the prior marriage and 3 from the marriage of 6. Plus her and her husband was a total of 8. Then she had the 9th. That was the 9 in the family, not 9 kids. Okay.
All right. So when Michelle was talking about her sister, she kind of laughed when she told the story about how Michelle is still alive, but her sister isn't.
Yeah, it's funny because my sister thought I was gonna croak first, and it's like, no. Guess what? Isn't it irony? I'm the one that's still with us, and yet my sister passed away. And here's the sad irony: she didn't. She was an emergency medical technician for Elmenia Fire Department, and she didn't even recognize her own sign of a heart attack. It's kind of, and you would think as an EMT you would know the signs of a heart attack. But
Maybe she wanted to go.
she ate a lot. She smoked a lot. She burned a candle in 3 places every day, raising her family, taking care of her
But
husband.
why would Michelle laugh at that when she told?
It's
she
just
told
the irony. I think I get it. Michelle was saying is the irony is, and Michelle's sister said, "You're going to live short and suffer," and yet that's not what happened.
That's
Michelle
supposed
and
to be
her
funny?
sister didn't always get along, but
Oh,
it's just the irony of the situation. It's
It
just,
looks like you won. You won, Michelle.
yeah. Well, what did I really win? That's the question. What did Michelle win? It's not much of a. It's not much of a. It's not much of a prize you want to hang up, put on the mantle of your fireplace. You know.
You can't let people know you feel that way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
But the thing is, I bring it up because Noodles says I want to see you avoid the same trap. That's the reason I brought it up. Is I
Yeah,
don't
of
want to
course.
see you go the same way because I do care about you. And I see a lot of similarities between the two of you, and I'd like to see you be safe.
kind of like how the way Gidgy treats you and wants good things for you, Michelle, and she tries very hard with you, Michelle,
I know.
and then you release these ungrateful video responses.
A full
Don't give
diss video.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is I think Michelle wasn't trying to necessarily be ungrateful, but she just wanted to clear the air. It's just like when you go have to take a good shit for yourself. Sometimes Michelle's being very diplomatic about it. Because she was in a public place. Plus, she went to show the people McGrane's the lunch. But I think she did a pretty good job of trying to keep it polite. Unfortunately, Virgo by nature can be very brusque, very, very matter of fact about things. Because Michelle was very upset, and it wasn't specifically just Gitchy. It was just a general everything from Come On Farms to the heat that was just stressing her out so much. I don't think I think she did a pretty polite way. She wasn't trying to deliberately attack Gidgey. I mean, she's done videos on her own mother in the past that were just as point blank a range of what she was saying, you know.
I get what you mean, Michelle, because I do the same thing where I like explain my thoughts and people take it the wrong way, but
Right.
I don't usually do it on a YouTube video.
But what we're trying to do is trying to do it in a way that's, for me and you, Brain Dead, it's really hard. It's because we're used to being straight to the point. But we don't want to necessarily bruise any of our relationships deeply, but we want people to know what we're feeling. And that's why the reason why any content creator has to go through this decision is, how do you approach a topic without being too
All right,
mean?
Lumi, do you believe that Michelle made a full-on diss video about Gidgey or not?
I don't think
Damage
so.
control?
Because I don't think she was deliberately trying to attack Gidgey. I don't think that was what she was trying to say, even though it kind of sounded like that. But I do know Michelle is like, it's just like sometimes when you got a sore, you know, you gotta put some salve on it, and you know, maybe even if it's a blister, you gotta lance it and just pop the sucker. You know, it's at least she was able to say it in a more calm way than some people that go out there and explode like a volcano. You know the kind of people we're talking about on YouTube. They're everywhere. They just go out there and you just go kaboom. I just said it. Kaboom. My anger is gone. Well, they're not looking at all the shrapnel that's been flying ever since they blew up. Michelle wanted to keep that at a minimum. But she never wanted to create a hatchet job against anybody. She just wanted to express her frustration in a fairly polite way.
Oh, of course.
Hey Lumi, I think the chat froze.
Yeah, I probably did. Let me reset it. Yeah, the last one I talked was, okay, let me switch to top chat. Okay, gotta do laundry. Live chat. Let's see. No, that's the last person that talked. Well, why don't we see if our chat works in other ways? Okay. Let's just type something. There you go. Yep, it works. So I don't want people to be mad at Michelle, because I mean, look, she really does like everybody. But there's sometimes when things just start building up, like a pressure in a boiler, when the safety relief is gonna pop, and you know it's gonna pop, and you hear a little psst as the sound of steam is rushing out of the boiler because the pressure relief valve is popped open. It's better that you got the pressure relief valve than have none at all and then seeing the boiler explode. That's what Michelle. I mean, a boiler explosion or blovey is really not anything you want to be around. The shrapnel is insane. The carnage is intense. Property damage is even more so. Well, with people, it's the same way. Michelle is not a physically violent person. She won't throw anything. But she can sure yell. And so it's just important that either her high temperature limit pops off, and thus no more heat is being added to the boiler, or that the pressure and safety relief valve pops open and lets all the excessive pressure out. It's scary, but I know Michelle, and I agree. It's better that she was explaining her concerns in the way that was like that, instead of going exploding like a hand grenade. Nobody wants to be around a hand grenade. What's my landlord is a hand grenade? He's an Aries. Yes, he is. And then he wonders afterwards, says, why did I say that? Was that really what I meant to do? No, what do we do? I just made somebody upset. Oh, should I try to make it better with them? Or should I just say fuck it? You know, I hate to be an Aries. they act first, think later, and then they kind of regret it. So yeah, it's hard to explain that, but it's. I know Michelle. Michelle is a loving person, kind person, and she does have her feelings and her frustrations. Right. Anything else? Any guys like to ask anything else? Same with the guys in question. Rambo is just one doing laundry. I don't know about Mr. Buddy yet. Mr. Nobody is right now. Gidgy is probably around. The deal for reals here. Let's see. The old one, Banded Eye, is talking about mail. I tell you. Yeah. It says, "Oh gosh, I gotta do laundry." It says, "Man, I gotta do laundry today also. Or tomorrow I gotta start soaking things." You washed all the socks. I washed all the socks, but I have to still wash a few other things too. More underwear, people. You gotta try out this new panties from Sherry Jackson. Yeah, I know. I'll try them out tomorrow. They're kind of a silky panties. And we have 7 people watching right now. And we're up to 12, but we'll get them back. We will. Yeah. So, anything else news who you'd like to ask? Because this is your chance. All right, let me ask you a question. Why was your channel terminated this morning? Why did you have to file an appeal? I did hear you got it back. But what happened that caused that? Not a bloody word.
Noodles is like coma, Michelle.
Okay. Well, no, the chat on the screen is not frozen, and I can hear you fine. Oh, we can close that window, reopen it, but I can't cancel the other one because it'll cancel the show. Yes, you can. Oh, really? Yeah, if you have to, just restart it. I can restart it over here. It won't affect anything because it's still live. Let's see. Nope, still me here. Still 6 people here. 5 people in chat.
And 2 of them are me and Noodles, I think.
Noodles, I think.
What do you think about doing the Lumi show on the Michelle channel?
Well, we used to, but it was better to do my own show on my channel because I wanted to have my own autonomy, be my own channel, separate from Michelle's. This is kind of a way I can say things here that I can't say on Michelle's channel for reasons that some people may not really like the idea of having 2 of these shows on this channel. Then some people like the anonymity, and I'm one of them who wants to be able to have their own content.
Yeah.
You know, plus the fact is my channel's not monetized, which gives me an advantage that I can do things that Michelle can't do.
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah.
There's no possibility to make any money over here.
Yeah. But then again, if I want to play music or something, you're not going to get money anyway out of it, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Michelle would lose a lot if we did the music show over the channel. Because then YouTube would go, say, you dirty little stinker. You're not listening to the rules. Ooh, we're going to deal with you. You know, YouTube has very specific guidelines on copyright and in terms of service, We really try hard not to push their buttons, but Michelle really has to be more careful because her channel is the breadwinning channel.
Because they said they're about to start nuking repetitive content.
Right.
Might have to shake it up a little bit.
Well, I told the same thing as Place and Noodles, too. I think they're primarily talking about content like the same generic YouTube stories are sometimes told as shorts. Like I love the Meow Chef videos. I think they're cute, but unfortunately, those may be some of the videos that could end up on the chopping block because of the fact that there are other channels even more so that are just repeating the same old format over and over again. And they don't really offer any kind of real substance or content. Because a lot of times the people are using the AI as a crutch to get things done real quick. So everybody's particularly thinking, it only applies to AI channels. No, it has been applied from the monetization program from day one, not to have reused content, not to be repetitive, not to start plagiarizing other people's content, not to keep plagiarizing your own content. So yes, Michelle knows that she can play some of her own music, of course, but she can't go ahead and start doing every show as an hour of her AI music replays. That would just totally upset YouTube, especially on the monetization program and the YouTube partner program. But sometimes I think that also results in an issue where Michelle sometimes gets burned out because content has got to be new and exciting for reasons that audience want something with substance. I want something with soul. And some content is just run off like you're running off a Xerox machine. You know, the same video, just you change a couple thumbnails, maybe change the background music a little bit, just the same old song and dance. And so that's the reason. Rambo said he's folding clothes, trying to get brownie points. My hand wants to rest. It has a headache. Okay. But I don't think most YouTubers that have been in the YPP this long are going to lose anything. But those channels that go crazy with the bot farming, they're the ones that are probably going to be seeing the other side of the door. Noodles, you're safe for the most part. Michelle is safe. Because
YouTube can't beat Noodles down. They tried and failed horribly.
Yeah, I know. You win your appeal, but I don't know what the appeal was for. You know. Whereas, here's the thing that I think is important to remember. Me and Michelle are still on our original channels. We never got terminated. Michelle almost lost her channel because of some bad things in the past, but those, she was able to work it out and keep her channel in good standing. That's why she runs such a tight ship. She doesn't want to lose her channel. My channel is a little more open because I never wanted. I really would like to have been monetized, but given seeing how much work she has to go through to be monetized, I probably wouldn't be, even if I had a green card, I probably wouldn't be able to get monetized. Just because I don't want to deal with all the craziness of you can't do this because you're going to get limited no ads. You can't do that because you get limited no ads. Well, I know some of my content's kind of cringy, so I don't care if I get limited no ads because I'm not monetized. And that's fine.
Yeah, well, I think you have the watch hours here to get it anyway.
I don't have the watch hours yet, and since they went back to the old rules, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. But because I don't have a checking account, and I can't set up an AdSense account. And so, Michelle, I don't think I can connect my AdSense to Michelle's AdSense. because I think YouTube would catch on to it and go, oh, so you're really the same, huh? Wow. That's not good. Your channel terminated, Michelle's channel terminated. Now you have to pay us back every dollar you got. That would be suicide. No kidding. Doing by type is all never been. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. A lot of people don't really make a lot of content on YouTube. I mean, even if they were monetized, it just puts you on the treadmill, and that's the reason why I don't really push much content on this channel much. I should put a little more out there in my own voice, in my own story, and I might do that in the future. But I'm not going to go out there and do a video every day. I might just do one maybe once. Besides the Sunday show, I might do one maybe during a weekday or weekend or something. I want to just talk about something that's like we used to do with the spirituality and ascension product topics. We used to want to do those. I still want to get back into that. Yeah, because we do get a topic that another YouTuber brought up, which is he noticed that he thought it was because of COVID, but I think it goes back further. He said, have you ever noticed how everything seems to be speeding up? I've been seeing that speeding up since September of 2011. At first it started out just a little faster. Then by now to 2011, December 21st, it was like a rocket ship on steroids. Everything seems like our days go so fast now that we feel like we have periods of like, what did I just do the last 5 minutes ago? Everything seems like it's going so fast, just like he said. He was talking, he noticed this since COVID, but we've been noticing it before that, before even the 2012 matter.
Is that a really fast snore?
Well, I mean, if you look at how are you going to compare it? Okay, first of all, one thing that has been confirmed, as you get older, time will seem like it's going faster. Let's take a simple test. We were thinking about this morning. Count to 1 to 100 and what you consider every second. Count one number. Now, take that same count and compare it with a watch. And see how close the time is to 1 second that you perceive versus what is chronologically 1 second on a video or on your timepiece. So if that means if you count to 100, that means that at 1 second intervals, that means it should be 100 seconds. But as you get older, you tend to count faster. I mean, for example, let's just do 1 through 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, if you would have counted on the watch, which I did not watch on my watch at the time, let's start again. Ready? Yep. Well, wait till it gets to 0. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was approximately 10 seconds. You actually landed a pretty close one. Thanks. So what was discussed by some psychologists is their study of aging is the fact that time seems to go faster when you get older. All right, talk to you later, Rambo. Have you ever noticed that yourself, Noodles, when you are notice like some days like your days seem like a rocket ship, and other days they seem like you're slipping in asphalt. It's very interesting. Think about it. What about you, Brain Dad? Same question.
I'm sorry, Michelle. I was looking at something. What was the question?
I said, have you ever noticed like some days seem to go really fast and other days are like slow molasses, like you're sipping in syrup?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, days I have to work feel like they're over in no time, but I'm home all day. It's really slow.
Yeah.
I've been up for 12 hours now, and there's still 5 to go. Maybe 6.
Well, it's the same with us in the sense that these shows, sometimes they only seem like they're an hour long when they're really 4 hours.
Yeah. I think it was yesterday's morning show that went really long.
Really long, yeah.
Yeah,
I think though in the
yesterday
end, I think it came out pretty good because I think we all began to relax a little bit. The show had it edible and we talked and stuff. And I think it was good. Calmed the show down a little bit. And she had a chance to explain more what she was feeling.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want people to be mad at Michelle because it's not like she wants to be a bad person. Anyway, can you turn on that fan? Yeah, we're going to turn on the fan. It's getting a little hot in here now. Hold on a minute. Turn that fan on. It is getting sticky again. It gets warm in here. Yeah, it does get warm in here. So, hello, my friend Mimi sent me to your link. I am a panel at the moment, but I am subbed and thank you very much for coming. Much appreciated, Lee, and I hope that you will check it out. My channel is a lot smaller than Michelle's, but it's like we said, there are some advantages being smaller. Chris, how you doing? Can we talk? Oh no, unfortunately, that doesn't work out that. No, I find out. Yeah, but I usually just keep my mouth shut. She really has to. So no, I don't think you can really tell Michelle to shut up. She's, after all, she still has to use her eyes to send me the video, and she has to still use her ears to send me to the audio. So everything still gets routed through the network of wires and cords in her brain. Yeah, that's true.
It'd be nice if you had a third eye, so each of you could use one eye.
In a way, you do have a third eye. It's right there. It's in the middle. It's the pineal gland. Notice we have an indent in our head where a third eye would be. Yeah, it's a little higher up here. Yeah, we have an indent right here where the third eye would be.
I thought that was just Indians only.
They also say the pineal gland of the brain is part of your spiritual reception of signal things. That's what they're talking about when they say the third eye. They're talking about the pineal gland of the brain.
What about the brown eye, Michelle?
Well, everybody's got something like that. Yeah. Right.
I guess we got 4 eyes then. And then if you have glasses, you have 6 eyes.
Well, theoretically, your optical eyes are only 2 for most people. Your spiritual eye, your pineal gland, depending on the person, may or may not be active. If you have an active pineal gland, you see things sometimes that can be very confusing because you can see beyond the veil, which for some people is actually kind of fun, and others it's not so much. Me and Michelle have been dabbling in the astral plane almost all of our lives, so it doesn't bother us when we see spirits, ghosts, phantoms. I mean,
About
Elysian Fields. We've seen it. We've been there.
about 4 hours ago, I saw Noodles falling asleep on a panel, and it came true.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Noodles does a lot of video, a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how much sleep he's actually getting. That's one of the reasons I'm worried about him, because I don't want to see him do the same thing that happened to my sister in the end, where he basically burns himself out and then he ends up leaving the building. You know, I don't want to see that.
Damn.
No, we didn't have any problem with the Wraith. No, the Wraith hasn't been here. I mean, we've had a few visitors in the last few months, but they weren't bad ones. They're just showing up and saying, hey, you know, like, okay, especially like half asleep, like, you know, the spiritual visitors are saying, hey, like, what do you want? Well, I got this quiz for you. A quiz? Not these quizzes again. No, not like those quizzes. These are a little more doable. You just trying to help us find out what, you know, like, what's going on in your mind. And then we end up we traveling on the astral plane, and like last night, as I said, we had one Mary Jane edible, which wasn't too much. It was just enough to just get us a little high. You still got the munchies like crazy. Yes, we did. We ate a lot of peanut butter crackers last night. Yeah, we've seen shadow people, but not recently. There was one, the most famous one that Michelle ever ran into is when she grabbed the pentacle, shook it at the bastard, said, "Get the fuck out of here!" And the guy was the one jumping through a wall. But we've had other shadow people come and go. Noodle saw one or two of them in the apartment, and he heard Michelle say, "Get out of here," and because Michelle picked them up, and so did I. And Michelle is the one that basically is the, you know, more firm one when it comes to the dark ones. You can kick them out pretty hard.
Do you think one of those ghosts followed him home, and that's actually Cassandra?
Well, Cassandra's still alive, so I don't think it's
She might be
Cassandra.
possessed. She could be possessed. That would make a little bit of sense.
There could be demons watching over Noodles. Yeah, that's possible. Absolutely. They're sucking away your energy, Noodles. They're weakening you. And if you're not aware of that, to fortify your defenses, you could be in trouble. You want to do some tarot on that? We can do some tarot on that. I mean, I think for Noodles, that'd be a good idea. We can find a deck of cards. Gotta resort this desk again. Oh, I know. Which cards? Let's see. Find them. Jeez, you gotta clean this desk again. Stop reminding me. Alright. Oh, here's the other cards. Actually, these are probably a better card for you to set. Really? Yeah, because these are the one that can do reversals and stuff. Alright, so we'll use these then. So let me switch this camera over to this camera so I can send this down to the table. You can see my new purple dress Michelle got from Sherry Jackson. Okay, new advice. Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guide, give us advice for Noodles. We need some advice for Noodles. Keep it simple, please. 5 card spreads. Reversals are okay. What kind of advice can we give to Noodles? 5 card spread. Keep it simple, please. That does help. Because we are doing reversals, we're going to make sure to land them down correctly and not flip them over in the correct way. Okay. So, the first card, second card, third card, fourth card, and fifth card. Okay, the first card we have is the which is the They be careful of seeing things that are not there.
Like ghosts, Michelle.
That's for Noodles. Second card is the full card. Spread your wings and fly. Something Noodles has been doing already. A lot of that. Third card is the upside down Queen of Wands is aggressive, demanding, dramatic, obstinacy, jealousy, deceit, self-doubt. Fourth card is upside down of the Two of Swords, bad choices, deceivedness, action, disloyalty, misrepresentation.
Yeah. What do you think about that,
This
Noodle?
might be is that the way the realm is seeing some of your shows, Noodles.
Wait, what?
And another one is waste, disorganization, chaos.
You're getting a reading right
giving
now.
up, impatience, no reward. I think they're saying here on the Seven of Pentacles is in reverse, is that all this is resulting in you're not gaining anything out of it. All right, so we need to work on that. But let's see is what can we do to see if we can make you channel better. Okay, so Mother God, Father God, Angel Spirit Guides, what can Noodles do to make his channel more cohesive and positive for the spiritual realm? What can Noodles do to turn the channel into something that is better? Keep it simple, please. 5 card spread. Reversals accepted. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay.
Hey, Krista.
So now, first card is trust your own counsel first. This is the High Priestess. Trust your own counsel first. Trust your own intuition. Change, fluctuation, wisdom, sound judgment, common sense, awareness, and intuition. So trust your own counsel first. Second question or statement is open your heart and receive love from others, which includes balance, attractiveness, partnership, harmony, mirth, equality, balance, and connection. And this is associated with the Two of Cups. This is the Two of Cups.
The Two of Cups?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
It also mean also a relationship, maybe an individual. Third card is the Death card in reverse. Otherwise, you're going to have stagnation, sameness, immobile, or you will be forced to change. I.e., one day YouTube might decide to throw you into the garbage can of mediocrity, which is a reality, a possibility. If you watch out for that, you got the Page of Cups on your side, which includes the sweetness, gentleness, reflective, self-exploration, intuition, kindness, and sensitivity. This is what they want you to do. And the last one is the World card in reverse. Otherwise, you're going to have failure, imperfection, lack of fulfillment, unfinished emptiness, grief for missed opportunities. So, there you go. The Noodles are telling you what you need to do to turn your channel into something even more successful. And
Well,
that's
when
what
he
it
wakes
takes
up,
sometimes.
Michelle will tell him about
Yeah.
it. I think Fairy wants a reading. I think she meant to say, "Can I get on the list?" I'm not sure.
Okay. She's saying further up here. We're gonna meeting. Can you do? Yeah. What do you want a reading on? All right. How about just a general reading to start with right now for Gaming Fairy?
Hey, David, how's it
Mother
going?
God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guides. What is a general reading for Gaming Fairy for the period of the remainder of July 2025? What can Gaming Fairy expect from now until the end of July of 2025? 5 cards, reversal's okay.
She said she wants a general life reading.
That's what I'm doing
Okay.
for the remainder of this month. Because general life readings can get kind of long. It's easier to do a period of time than.
Either that or she's only going to live till the end of the month. One of the two.
Alright, so 5 card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So. Okay. There we go. We have the 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Is that the 3 of Pentacles? Yeah, it says reach out for the help you need when you need it. 3 of Pentacles, reach out for the help you need when you need it. Second card is in reverse. It's King of Wands reversed. Severity, intolerance, cruelty, austere, stubborn, ruthless, opinionated. Now, I don't know what that is about, but maybe that's related with something in the next card that comes up, which is also 3 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles in reverse is lack of courage, avaricious, jealous, grasping. So there's something going on, Gaming Fairy, in your life that's creating problems for you. Unreliable, obsession with work, and stubborn. This could have to do with a relationship, maybe. But then you got the Hermit, which is acceptance, hope, forgiveness, gratitude, charity, kindness, new alliance, recovery. Perhaps through your work, you can turn whatever those 2 other cards represent into something positive. And the last card is the 9 of Pentacles. Says, enjoy the results of all your hard work. Clearly, it's saying after you're able to do this, you're going to get this. So, in other words, you can turn whatever is causing this other 2 reactions to change. Avoid this. I think this might be a partner, and you manage to help a person overcome whatever is stopping them. The result will be this, which will then result in this. So, whoever your partner is, you can help this person to be, and you have success in your relationship. And that's now until the end of July. So you need to work on whatever it is with that person in your life. And I do sense it's involving another person. Because the spirit realm really does want to see you succeed. It doesn't want to see you fail. However, let me pull up
No,
another card.
Krista, not me.
Let me pull another card up out of that deck. Let's see. What else we need to know? Find balance in your life to build your success. There you go. You gotta find balance in your life. That means also with your relationships as well. And you will build your success. So that's something. Yeah. It's just brain dead noodles kind of playing around. There you go. Here's your general life reading. And that's mostly noodles right now. Noodles, are you still awake? Nah.
I don't think he is, Michelle.
Yeah. I hear him sawing trees. I'll just mute his sound for now. I think I'll just unmute when he wants to talk. Okay, so the gaming theory, that's what the cards say for now until the end of July. Take it or leave it. That's what they say. So you can do. What about me? You. Okay. I'll do you, Michelle. Okay, so Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guides. What can you say about Michelle from now until the end of the month of July? What can you tell Michelle? 5-card spread between now and the end of July. Is there anything Michelle needs to know more specifically? In general, about her life. Is there anything Michelle needs to know? I keep getting the message I gotta cut the deck a bit more for you. Because for some reason there's just something about your charts that just seems to come up over and over again. Okay, 5-card spread. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Anyway, if I ever flip a card over and they turn sideways, I gotta read them that way, which sometimes happens. All right, so the first one is it seems you're blocked, but you're still can take a step, which includes disempowerment, fears, doubts, unsuccessful, uncontrolled thoughts, fruitless overthinking, and captivity. Isn't that what Michelle talked about yesterday? Isn't that what Michelle talked about yesterday? Yes, it is. Yes, that's exactly what Michelle talked about yesterday. The Emperor. Own your space with confidence. Also includes war, conquest, victory, strife, ambition, divine, masculine structures, control. In other words, own your space with confidence. In other words, stand up for yourself and don't be a pussy. Then we have the third card, the Fool, is anticipating wonder, curiosity, awe, new journeys, care is needed, potential. So you might be seeing some opportunities come up to you, Michelle. This could be a good thing. Spread your wings and fly, is what the Fool says. So spread your wings and fly. The fourth card is the Chariot upside down. Unsuccessful defeat, loss at the last minute, negativity, confusion. Something happens, I think it's almost like you get ahead and then you fall back. And then the last card says, King of Swords, you are strong, energetic, and ready to take on the world. So I'm seeing here that there's a loop here. And these two cards, actually, the first one here, which is where you try to develop your strength after you feel powerless, which is this card. And then for some reason, you keep trying to get ahead and you keep failing, and then you get stuck doing the same damn thing all over again. It's like there's something in you, maybe negative self-talk or something, that's keeping you from actually achieving it because you think you are blocked when you're not blocked. You're not blocked at all. Okay? You're not limited. You're not blocked, but yet you keep blocking yourself. You get
Well,
stuck in this rut.
Couldn't be more
The
accurate.
last card, the final card, as I said, King of Swords says, you are strong, energetic, and ready to take on the world. So you do have the ability, but you're stuck in that first 4 card circle jerk. If you can overcome that somehow, you can achieve a lot. I want to see, give me a 6 card. Hit me. I want to see what the 6th one says. Ace of Cups. Open your heart and receive the emotions around you. Be aware of what's going on around you. Maybe that's what the problem is that's what you need to do. For years you've been like closed off. So maybe this also might mean is open your heart and open your mind to understand what's going on. Here, tell me a 7th card. Hit me. Alright, 7th card is you had frustration, separation, failure to meet the test, avoidance of choice, or overcommitment. In other words, if you keep doing what you're doing, you always seem to be avoiding what these 2 other cards could be giving you. Okay? So you have 2 choices. A, keep the same stupid circle jerk over and over again, which results in you getting nowhere. Take that chance, get out there with the power of the King of the Swords and the Fool, and you can get ahead and do great things. But you gotta stop allowing the bullshit to keep happening to you over and over again. If you don't, that's what you gotta do, Michelle. Yeah. And you need to be willing to say, hey, okay, I'm going to need to do some changes. Do the changes. It's good for you. It's good for you. So it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be good for you. Noodles wants you to have that. Which is true. He wants you to have that. Take the chance. Don't get yourself into decision paralysis and go, that's a blank. Get out there and do it anyway. You ain't got nothing to lose. Think more like an Aquarius, and you might understand it better. That's what I'm saying, is you gotta sometimes just go say, fuck it. I know you can basically think yourself into a box. I've seen you do it multiple times. Thank you very much, Maybe. I appreciate you being here, and
hey, you should do a reading for Mimi since she's in the chat.
Does Mimi want one? I have to ask her first, because not everybody wants to have the readings, and sometimes if we do readings without them asking, it can get them offended. So it depends if she really wants that. But, I mean, what do you think about what the card said? I think the card's right about Michelle. She keeps getting her stuck in this circle jerk over and over again.
Yeah. I think those were a little accurate. Yeah, it does seem like you are your own worst enemy sometimes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Michelle, for some reason, gets to what we call decision paralysis, and then she gets too deep into the what if game, and the next thing you know it, nothing gets done because she's afraid.
Overthinking too much.
That's a Virgo trait too. It's also an Aquarian trait too.
Mimi, is it a yes or a no?
Just stop by. She says, "Hey, Mimi." Mimi says, hi, David. So she didn't say yes, but if she says straight out yes, tell me about blank, I'll try to get a reading in for her. But please
I think
understand, it's my readings are not exactly always spot on. Sometimes there is errors in them. I try to keep them accurate. Michelle tries to do them accurately.
you can't get lottery numbers, but you can get a reading.
Lottery numbers. Which game? I could probably have. I can't use cards for that. I have to use a different way of intuition for readings for numbers.
Yeah, there you go, Michelle. She said, yeah.
Okay. I'll do a reading, and then if you really want lottery numbers, you have to tell me which game you're playing, what the numbers are going to be. Like the daily number, play 4 is a different thing than Powerball and Megabucks. All right. What can you tell me about Mimi for the remainder of July? What can you say about Mimi for now until the end of July? 5-card spread. Reversal's okay. Keep it simple. General reading from now into the end of July. I keep getting a message to cut the deck, so I'm going to cut the deck here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, that one too. All right. So 5-card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, 4 card. I know some people do these a lot differently than we do. So, okay, the first card we have is discord, disunion, conflict of interest, impatience, and instability. This is the Temperance card in reverse. The card number 2 is misinformation, failure, chaos, bad luck, broken sequence, returning again in the same situation.
Uh-oh, that's not a good one.
This is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So misfortune, failure. So something's obviously went wrong or is going wrong. This is past, obviously. The third card is the something. Sometimes the victory is not worth the price. What victory? What victory does Mimi need to know about?
Yeah, the victory is not worth the price. I think that means choose your battles.
Well, yeah, probably. So maybe there's something related to the first two cards. The third card is the death card in reverse. It's stagnation, sameness, immobile, forced, but there might be a forced change. Otherwise, it's going to be stagnation. Okay, move from problems and be mindful of what you take. This is the Six of Swords. Somehow I feel like I need closure on this. Is there anything right now she needs to know as the final takeaway for the month of July? Show me. Undecided, capricious, moody, foolish, suffocating, nagging, materialistic, jealous. This is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So something going on, Mimi. I don't know what's going on, but there's your cards, and they sound like a big giant. Keep your head out for. This is more like a giant warning for you.
Yeah, so basically it said you were going to repeat your steps, and there was going to be chaos and misery, and you should pick your battles.
Right. If you do, you can
and
get
then the
ahead.
last
But if
one.
you don't, you're just gonna be going through the same old game over and over again.
Yeah, don't play the same games. I
That's
don't know if I
okay.
want
Not a
one
lot of
now. That
people
was pretty.
do. Sometimes you only have a hard time reading them too. But as you watch enough tarot readings, you'll start to notice what the cards mean. Sometimes you have to kind of read in between the lines with these cards too. They're not all symboled answers. All right, so lottery numbers. Now, I don't have a magic formula for these. If you're playing the daily numbers, play 3. 5, 1, 7. The play 4 will probably be 8, 9, 7, 2. So that's for the daily numbers in the play 4.
There you go.
Powerball can get a little more complicated because you got 44 numbers, and you have to deal with the fact that you got 6 balls, but they cannot be picked multiple once. Plus, you also have a multiplier ball. So I could try to give them some numbers here.
I'm gonna buy at least $100 worth of tickets with those numbers.
Well, you could try that, or you could certainly add that along with a few of the quick picks, considering the fact that you ain't got nothing to lose. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if Brain Dead wants me to do his or not. It's up to him.
Yeah, you can if you want to, Michelle.
All right. Basically, it's on me right now. Michelle's still over background listening. This is my show mostly, so. My
I'm
show,
sorry.
I do most
I'm
of the
sorry.
talking.
I'm sorry. It's a habit.
That's okay. Let's just shuffle them a little differently. Just keep the deck spicy. All right, Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit, Guides. What can we say about Brain Dead? What can we say about Brain Dead? Until now, it's the end of July. What does Brain Dead need to know? What does Brain Dead need to know? Keep it simple, 5-card spread. Okay. Okay, first card we have is the Page of Wands in reverse. Is superficial, theatrical, distracted, depressed, domineering, bad news, instability. Now that's
Sounds
second
about right.
card is frustrated, defensive, anxious, obstinate, delay, and disaster. Maybe that's what you keep thinking he's going to have is disaster or something. Third card is the 6 of Wands reverse is pride of riches, delay, fear, apprehension, doubt, and ignored. Oh, you're not doing too good.
No.
Let's see. Bias, false accusation, injustice, intolerance, irresponsibility, dishonesty. Jeez.
Man.
Can you say anything positive about him? Foolish exercise, wavering contempt. Oh, come on, deck of cards. Does he have to be all that bad? Come on. Mother.
This is the worst one I've ever got.
It's the most sad, most disappointing. All right, anything good? Mother God, I mean, seriously, come on. Doesn't he got any redeeming things for now until the end of July? Anything positive? The poor guy needs a little bit of love too, you know. Couldn't you give him something nice to say? Something nice to believe in? Come on, please. Okay. Find balance in your life to build your success. So there you go. You finally did get an opportunity. There's what you got to
You
do.
said,
You got to find balance. So currently, wherever you are now is why you're seeing all these 5 cards of negativity. But if you can find the balance, maybe you can reverse turn all those frowns upside down.
hey, I'm gonna find that balance, Michelle. I
Uh,
mean, Lumi. I'm sorry.
well, everybody wants to find a balance. At least I know of. I don't think there's too many that want to be stuck in a rut forever. Even Michelle doesn't want to be stuck in a rut forever. I don't want to be stuck in a rut forever. What
Yeah.
about your reading? Me? I'll do those, because, yeah, I'll do Lumi's. Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guide, what can Lumi finish trial? Expect for now until the end of the month of July. Keep it simple, please. Keep it honest, I hope. The cards always try to be honest, but sometimes they seem like they can be incorrect. 5 card spread, reversal's okay. With this deck, because it has a little closed in the back, which helps. Okay, so, I'm really looking forward to this. I'll never know what I'm going to get with these cards. Can't only
Hopefully, it's
decide with
better than
brain
mine.
deads. Okay, let's flip these over here. Alright, first card is severity, intolerance, cruelty, austere, stubborn, ruthless. Again, this is the 5 of King of Wands reverse again. Jeez. The Ace of Cups. Unconditional love, new feelings, new friendships, beauty, opulence, pleasure, and self-love. Oh, that was better.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Don't flip those cards upside down, Michelle. I know, I'll try not to. Hey, you just turned my frown upside down. Make my smile upside down. I got it. Eloquent, untrustworthy, insolent, theft, oppression, dispute, jealousy, delays, frustration. Is there something wrong in your life that's giving frustration? Yeah, a couple things. One of them is watching you basically beat your head against the wall. Okay. And the other is that Carmen is still there and she still wants to make the move on you. Jeez. King of Swords. Think things through from all perspectives. Yeah, you might be a little bit disgusted about that, but you know what it says to think things through from all perspectives. Yeah, that's true. And the last card is the King of Pentacles. Continue to solve issues in practical ways. So in other words, you, Carmen, me, will continue to work out a solution that we can all live with. And I know that Carmen has been pretty much been keeping up her side of the business. My side of the business? Yeah. Now, who's gonna do me? I'll do you. That'd be interesting to see how that actually would go. Oh, come on, you two already spent time in the bedroom in the past. Don't tell me you haven't. Alright, so 5 card spread for Carmen. What does Carmen need to know now before the end of the month of July? 5 card spread. Keep it simple. I know this gets hard because let's see, Carmen, whose card readings do you like better? I don't really care personally. I think the Lumis are a little more fun. No, unfortunately, I'm the one doing this one. I know. Okay, so what does Carmen need to know now until the end of July. Keep it simple, please. Keep it simple, please.
Hi, Mary. Mary Beth.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Patience, unselfishness, timidity, control, decision made, finding help. Oh, there you go. And that's the reversal, the 9 of Swords. Yeah. Finding help. Patience. So whatever it is, it's going to be solved, but they take patience. This is the World card, the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Misfortune, failure, chaos, bad luck. Broken sequence. Returning again to the same situation. The circle jerk. How do you get out of the circle jerk?
You gotta wait till it's done, Michelle.
The High Priestess, trust your own counsel first. Use your own intuition. In other words, you can get out of that, but you gotta use your own intuition. And we got 2 more left here. We got the Knight of Pentacles reverse, lack of courage, voracious, jealous, of course, would make sense, right? Grasping, unreliable, obsession with work, and stubborn. So something that would be stubborn. Last one. This is a judgment card in reverse. Failure to face the facts. Delay, disappointment, blame, and doubt. Okay, cards. Well, what should she do? Besides, use her own judgment. Reach out for the help you need when you need it. Collaboration, gain, teamwork, creativity. And it's a 3 of Pentacles. And you know what's interesting about this?
What?
There's 3 souls in one body.
Oh, wow.
In other words, work with us, Carmen. You don't have to be stuck there. You know that.
Yeah, so that's telling you to use your own judgment, but also allow people to help you.
Yeah. Yeah, and also by allowing you using your own judgment means knowing that sometimes you have to, just like the song by the Beatles, sing and help. So sometimes you need to ask for help. It doesn't mean that you are less, important or less, special. It just means that you. By the way, what other card was on? That's the card that we read. Okay, so I think that okay. So yeah, I think that Carmen does feel a little bit of frustration because she really, really has strong feelings. The problem is she also knows that in with those strong feelings comes the fact that she's dealing with somebody who's also strong-willed. I'm talking about Lumi and me. Yeah. So it's there's something we can resolve that. I don't have any polish on me right now, but maybe we can get some in the future. Now let's get the screen off my arm. Sorry.
Oh man.
There we go. I think seeing the rest of my body is better than looking at my arm. So Carmen's got issues to work on. I got issues to work on. Lumi, you're not exactly immune either. You got issues to work on. Let's put it this way: the whole body's a work in progress. Yeah. I agree. From teeth, eyes, ears. Wait. Yeah.
What do you think
Um.
about plastic surgery to get actual elf ears?
Yeah, $64,000 because they.
Really? Holy shit!
Yeah, because they have to get a lot of skin from guess where? Your
Oh wow!
gut, my gut. And then they have to use artificial cartilage to help make them stand up. Otherwise, you look like a beagle.
You think you would hear better?
Or like
Or
a
worse?
basset hound when you're going. See, there's no structure behind them. You know, they do make cartilage, but synthetic cartilage. But that's where some of
you
the
want
price
the-
tag comes in.
You want the Doberman ears, the clipped ears.
Yeah, more like a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Straight up. Man.
Kind of be like horns a little bit.
Well, I think Braindead can answer some of that question himself. She wanted to know why your reading was so negative.
Oh, Mimi, because I'm a piece of shit. That's why.
But I think you can change that. And the cards seem to indicate you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 64,000 because there's skin grafts involved. I mean, it is a stenotoplasty, but it's also because of the height of the ears. And the fact is that it's not going to be a simple otoplasty just to cut the ear to make the little points. You're talking about making big points. Yes, very big points. And you can see them even in my hair. If I take my headphone off, you can see what we're looking at here. You can see that these ears, you can visualize these. If these were the ears, the real deal ones, they would look, let me switch over so you can see here, they would still stick out quite a bit. They still, because of sag, they will sag you down because of the weight, as you're talking about real flesh. And there'll be
What's
a lot
up,
of
Henry?
bruising during the healing process. Yeah, and a lot of follow-ups. Might not be a single procedure, but be rather multiple. From gathering the skin from your gut to the keeping that live to the planting onto the ear after you got to shape the material with cartilage. And it's the one person who did do that went to California and had it done, and it costed a lot of money. Thank you. I like the wig's cuter than the one we used to have. Remember the ugly wig I used to have? Never found it back. Good. I never want to see it back. Thank you very much, Hammer and Nails. Now, you know what's funny is Michelle's channel, she's known that she's got a lot of Virgos in her audience. She's got a couple Sag, a couple Leos. I haven't seen too many Aries. I think we got one. Oh, yeah, Golden Girl. Maybe two. Yeah. Yeah, this.
I read a study that said Virgos were the best sign.
Well, I've heard that too. When one comes to getting shit done, Virgo and Capricorn work good together for the most part. Capricorn's the boss, the Virgo's the office manager. You know, Virgo is tries to keep a balanced mind, usually can multitask a bit. Aquarius can, which I am, can be kind of spacey, and so is Carmen. But we're both like the third level of Aquarius. So we're the third, what they call decant. Not decunt, it's decant, which means the period of 10 days. So for Aquarius, you got the first block, the second block, and the third block. Chris Bliss is the second block decant Aquarius, and Michelle is a third block Virgo decant, and third block Aquarius decant, and of course Carmen is a third block Aquarius decant, which are more into the arts and beauty and prettiness. Yeah. My, says Mimi. I don't really know much about Sagittarius. We got a few on my channel. But more on Michelle's channel. We got Ancient here. David has. We got him here. We got Mimi's a Sag. I think we have a few more. I know you're not. You're Sagittarius. Well, it ties to how the planetary influences or sub influences affect when you are born and how it affects your secondary traits in your sign. Like, we got a lot of Venus in third level decant of Aquarius and Virgo. So you got this beauty aspect and this elegance aspect, an artistic aspect, which is why you see Carmen, which is a third level, third decant Aquarius, involved in performing arts. Me, I'm a third level, but I'm also into beauty and some looking good. I work with a third decant Virgo, which is Michelle, which is why we work together as well. With ChatGPT also helped us to decode more of the story. We could show that, but I don't want to drive everyone away. But just to say is, look it up. Describe a third level, a third decant Aquarius, and a third decant Virgo. How compatible are they? Well, that I don't know anything about you, so maybe you are, maybe you're not. You can test that. There are self-testing for autism, and you can test that and check and see if that's the case. Yeah. Yep. Davis is a Sagittarius. Agent is a Sagittarius. I believe his father is also Sagittarius. Could you do a video on Sagittarius men and women and how great we are? Well, they're pretty easy really to describe. One thing about Sagittarius is you guys like to get up and go. You guys are extroverted. You guys are out there for the fun and the sun, for lack of a better pun. Jesus. You guys are explorers. You guys are people who enjoy traveling. You're extroverted for the most part. You enjoy being out there in a social environment. You guys can be party animals. Just like Leo. Leo is also a fire sign as well. But Leo is the one that likes to stand at be the center of the attention. There are videos on this.
I think we should make a video about how Virgos are better than Sagittarius.
Well, they're different. They're different mindsets. I mean, the Virgos are the thinkers, analyzers. The problem is sometimes they can get into what they call decision paralysis, where they are overthinking themselves to death. And the same is true with Capricorn and Aquarius. We're all thinkers, and sometimes that leads us to get stuck in our own little traps, our little thought games that just drive us all crazy.
Yeah, and sometimes you can overthink yourself into a hole that is nowhere near reality.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you think about something so deeply and so hard, including a what if, and then all of a sudden you say, nah, I'm not taking a chance.
Yeah, it makes things way bigger than they need to be.
Right. That's where the Aquarians kind of look at it, be more of a free thinker than a Virgo in this area. We are more of an extrovert. We're the kind of person who'll throw caution to the wind and say, fuck it. If we really think it's not worth it. Like, remember Michelle was thinking about moving to Rachel, Nevada. Originally when molasses, that would have been a disaster, but that's not the point. Michelle was saying, well, what if I don't find a place to live? What if I don't do this? What if we don't do this? What if I can't? What if let's go! Stop overthinking it to death. If you want to go to Rachel, Nevada, just go! Don't worry about all the what-if questions. It drives you crazy. Good morning, Krista. How are you doing? One of the few Libras on the channel. It's Krista. Is one of the few Libras. Virgos are often full of BS because they are self-absorbed.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. They say the same thing about Aquarius sometimes, too. They're not really self-absorbed. They're just trying to provide for their own means because they're fiercely independent. They don't want to have to call and go, help, I need somebody, help, not just anybody, help, I'm really fucked, help.
What are we without ego, deal for real? What are we? We're broken without ego.
We're giving people, the Aquarius and the Virgo are giving people, they want to help as much of the world as we can, but sometimes we get so stuck because we have these great ideas, but then they don't materialize, and then we kind of beating our head against the wall going, I didn't even think of that. Funk. Because, we think it's going to work, and then we try it, and then we realize, because the Aquarius is a little bit less mythological, and then we go out there, we do something else, and whoops, that was a mistake, I forgot to do something. Oh no, I forgot to step. We're screwed out. Virgo's coming in us out. That's when Michelle comes in. Well, did you check this? Did you check that? Did you check 2 of these things? And I'm like, oh, no, I need you now. You're gonna roll my nose in it now, aren't you?
What are some of the negative qualities about Libras?
Sometimes they try to find balance for everybody, but sometimes they just sacrifice their own goals because they try so hard to bring balance to everybody, and so sometimes in the end they get nothing out of it except frustration because no one really is truly happy, which for a Libra is frustrating because they want to find balance. To the point that to them, that's the big thing. I want balance in my life. But they don't want to upset anybody. But they don't want to be selfish either. So they're trying to say, how can I meet my needs while meeting the needs of the many? Well, just like Mr. Spock said many times, sometimes, Captain, the needs of the many will outstrip the needs of the few or the one. I could see Captain James C. Kirk being more of, well, Spock, I'm a Sagittarius, I say fuck you. We're doing it anyway, I'm torpedoes. Yeah. Who are the better lovers?
Definitely Virgos.
Well, that's a tough one. Depends on how kind of passion you want. If you want a long, steady relationship, some people say the Virgos are really kinky in bed. If you want fire and passion, they say Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries are hot and spicy. If you want dreamy, living in fantasy, they say Pisces are kind of great. They say Scorpio is even more intense than even Pisces. Kind of balance between them and Cancer. But all the water signs have one thing in common. They're very emotionally driven. Yeah. But we don't like to give way. We don't like to give anything less than 100%. That's the problem, Hammer Nails. That sometimes is what frustrates us to no end. because we're also very self-critical of our own selves. Am I doing enough? Am I doing it enough? Am I believing? Am I thinking this through? Is this gonna work? Again, there's the decision paralysis again. You're trying to do all that. Well, I'm sure that you will find a magic partner in your life where you will find a great relationship. This was to anybody. But with Virgos, you got to be careful because they don't go to bed just with anybody very quick. It takes a long time to earn their trust. Even before me and Michelle got married, even after we got married, it wasn't like when okay, now we're married. Let's go jump in the sack. No, it didn't happen that way. It took a while. It sure did. It took like about 5 months before we finally did the nasty the first time. It's really interesting, though. There's so many things through the zodiac, because Michelle has been observing the zodiac signs now for several years now, at least since 2019. Because she's a Pleiadian starseed and a Arcturian starseed, and so there you got an Arcturian, and you got a Pleiadian in the same body. We're both starseed energies. And we are also very much into the thinking part of it. I understand that, Rambo. Oh, yeah, so I definitely will do that. Just give me a second here, please. She did come to my channel, and so let's get her little magic wrench.
What's up, Tiff?
Okay.
Tiff McGriff.
Okay. Mimi has the wrench now. Just popping in for a bit. To hit the like button, can't stay. Driving. Have a great day, everyone. Much love. Thank you very much, Tiff. I believe, Tiff, you're a Libra, I think. Yeah, I think she's a Libra too. Thank you very much, Bibi. It does help. The channel is smaller than Michelle, so it's more or less really built more on the honor system. No one ever bought me subs. You don't want people buying you subs. Because people that you buy subs from, they're not going to guarantee they're going to stay around with you.
Yeah,
and
Tiff
so is
could say,
Krista. So you and
I'd say he
Krista could
was
actually do pretty
reading.
good supporting the Libra conference in the Discord, looking up Libra information, discussing Libra issues that would affect a Libra. Aquarius could do the same thing. Virgos certainly do use the Life and Tarot forum for Virgo topics. I'd like to see Michelle grow a channel more on her Discord too. Yep. And Bree is also a Virgo. Yep.
I think Comedy is too.
Comedy is, yep. He is too.
I know there's somebody else, but I can't think of who.
Hammer and Nails is also a Virgo.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
a
we said
third.
that a
He's a
minute
third
ago,
decant, just like me. Just like Michelle is, and
I was counting him already. I think there's somebody else.
oh, there might be.
I can't place it.
How could I change my sign as Virgo? I don't think you really can. I'm not sure how you would change your sign to Virgo. Ask your spirit guide. They probably could give you some clues.
Transinal.
I don't really think you identify much as a Virgo. There's a test for that, though. You can take a test. There's online tests to determine your real zodiac sign, regardless of your birth date. You can take that test online. Well, thank you very much, Tiff.
Dramatic. Who's dramatic, David?
What's dramatic?
David says Virgos are
Virgos
dramatic.
are just over dramatic. Yeah, they can be. I live with one. Pisces is really off the charts. Pisces is the fish of the zodiac. They're all soaked in water, like a can of chunky white tuna. Well, there's a test you actually could pass. You can take the test out. They don't cost nothing. They're free. I think Quizilla has a few. Yep. Michelle is too. Playing music. Definitely does a lot of acting, and so do many third decant Aquariuses as well. Yep.
I like writing things.
Well, that still counts as, expression. I mean, it's in the writing genre, which is fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with writing. No, Michelle used to read a lot of books before I went bad. She still could read, but it takes a lot more work to read now. But she still reads stuff.
I like audiobooks. Audiobooks are a lot better for me.
Yeah. We listen to a lot of YouTube shows. Just listen to them. Because a lot of them are more like scripts. The visuals don't really matter much. You just listen to what the writer's talking about. Zodiac, what was it? Zodiac Times? Zodiac Attraction? She does the tarot. Yeah, she just uses generic video, but her dialogue is pretty interesting. I think Zodiac Attraction is the one that's using a human voice, and the other one is using a robot voice. They can be aggressive, but most Pisces I've seen tend to be very, very moody, emotional.
I had a Pisces girlfriend for about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
It was a disaster the whole time.
What kind of girlfriend did you have?
Pisces.
Oh yeah, they can be really emotional.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
I tried hanging out with a Cancer. That was a disaster. Yeah, that woman though had a lot of problems. So. Her name was Carrie. No, not the Carrie. It's not here on YouTube. This is another Carrie. Carrie Byron? Burns. Carrie Burns. Oh, jeez. I remember you were hanging out. She was so excited. She supposedly found her dog, and next thing she latches onto you, and it's like, and she, of course, is very emotional, and she likes to be extrovert. She likes to travel, and she's like, "Oh, I want to introduce you to my friend. He's got health issues." And Michelle goes in there, and the Virgo nostrils picked up the uncleanliness of the house. And she's like, "Ah! This place smells dirty!" And she said, "How dare you? Oh, well, it's true. God, Carrie, he smells wrong. He smells bad." I'm like, and she got upset, so then she dumped him. She dumped Michelle. "Oh, yeah, you're out of here." She said, "Fine." Sometimes there's differences between a male and a female. A male Virgo sometimes tends to be a little more aggressive than the female ones, but I think that's because of Mr. T. I don't think so much matter because of... It's just the way some of them are. I mean, Andrew is a male Virgo. Comedy Flu's a male Virgo. Brain Dead's a male Virgo. Bree's a female Virgo. Michelle's a female Virgo. But
Hammer. Hammer time.
Hammer's a male Virgo. And again, I think that the expectation of the male world and, of course, Mr. T in the bloodstream tends to set them up in a way that they either are successful, which most of the time they are, or which is rare to see a male Virgo ever become a true basket case disaster. I've never really seen it yet, but I suppose there might be a few exceptions to the rule. But
just wait, Michelle. You'll see me spiral eventually.
yeah, well, it all happens to everybody. But the problem is you're the kind of person that probably says, you know what, I'm not going to basically let anyone try to knock me down. Fuck it.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to knock me down, it's going to be myself that knocks me down.
Yeah. That is very true. I'm very self-destructive.
Yeah. How do you know how to purr? How do you know how to purr like a cat? That's you just simulate a purring now. It's just think about how a cat purrs. It's kind of like a, let's see. It's like a snore, kind of, but it's not how a cat actually purrs. It's actually that it's the vocal cords that are vibrating, various frequencies. No, it's deeper down. Just like kind of like a roar, but it's not a roar. It's more pleasant. If it's a roar, see, just like a house cat's meow, lions roar, but lions will not purr. They can't. They don't have the ability to purr because their bodies gave up the purr option for growls and roars. Yeah. Show does a mean mountain lion.
I don't know if the audio came out.
Many people prefer the sounds exactly like a cat. Yeah, some people are better at it than others. It's true, some are better than others. Okay, guys, it's 5:25. Michelle needs to get ready for you know what? Silver Moon Radio AM 1610, starting at 7 o'clock on Kick. We're going to get ready to switch over to that. I want to thank you all for being here. Brain Dead, thank you for coming up as well. And we'd love to see you guys on Silver Moon. Are we going to play what music selections we have seen on the internet over the couple days? Maybe. We'll try to get in a few of them. Yeah, we'll try to get some in. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you there, Michelle.
All right. See you at 7 o'clock.
Lumi, Michelle, everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye for now. Okay, so we are done. And so we're going to get ready to make some sustenance. What are you going to make? Shit. Yeah, that's what you're going to cook, all right. You're going to cook shit. The facial expression says it all. Oh, shit. Probably frozen pizza. The last one you got in the freezer. Yeah. So, where do we go for this radio show? It's on Kick. I'll tell you the link. It's really easy for me to tell you. Rusty, get the claws out of my legs. It's right here. Let me give it to you. It's this link, http, www.kick.com. BICATLA. There you go. Hi, Gitchy, how you doing? Thank you. I always thank you for the reminder. So that's where you can find the show. That's where Silver Moon is. Yep. And oh, thank you. You have to make a page. I have a page. It's in Michelle's. If you go to Michelle's About on her channel, it's all there. All the links. Yeah. Oh, by the way, also we might put it in Rumble too. Ooh, Rumble. Hi, Rusty. How you doing, kitty cat? Big cat's here. Yep, the big kitty. Yeah, there he is. You're not drinking my coffee. Yeah, there's a cat. Okay. We got some neat, some of the stuff we ordered, organized the wiring. Well, why don't you join the Discord? And she's in the Discord, I think, Michelle. Oh, she is. That's right. We have a place called Music Requests in our Discord. But if you if you got recommended music you want to put into a playlist, you can share us the playlist, and then we can just throw that on. That's where some of the music that Nad was collecting for the show was stored as in a couple playlists. So it makes it easier for us to get to them, and that's what we'll do. But for now, let's go ahead. I have Rumble too. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to try putting on Rumble tonight too. I don't know how it's going to work with Silver Moon Radio because that's a different link. I never tried doing it on Rumble. I never tried it either because we usually do the morning show on Rumble. But we'll try it. Yeah, we'll see if we do it on Rumble, and maybe we can do it on Twitch again. No, there's no reason to. Nobody even watches you on Twitch. No, I know. Alright, guys, so for now, Mr. Cat doesn't knock anything over. May all you guys have a happy and safe night. See you later tonight about 7 o'clock over on Kick. And don't forget that it's fine. No, use your hand. Oh, you use my hand and I'll use your hand. Okay, you use my hand, I'll use your hand. Whatever. Alright. Nate, all of you guys, like Lemmy said, have a nice night, and we'll see you later tonight on Kick at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The service is over. Go in peace, love, kindness, and don't forget the party on, dude. And we'll see you all later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.
Lumi shines with a spark so bright, chasing dreams through the endless night. With a heart full of wonder and a mind so free, she's here to share her world. Come and see. It's Lumi's time. The story is hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. From the stars to the sea, there's so much to find. A journey awaits with every step of the mind. Creativity flowing, she's ready to explore. Every moment's a chance to open a door. It's Lumi's time. The story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear. Story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here. So stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way. Crystal clear.